ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं वादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत ततो जयमुदीरयेत। वर्ष नंबर 16। नासतो विद्यते भावो न भावो विद्यते सतः उभयोरपि दृष्टो अन्तः त्वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः। I repeat one more time. नासतो विद्यते भावो न भावो विद्यते सतः उभयोरपि दृष्टो अन्तः त्वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः. The meaning is, the unreal has no existence and the real never ceases to be. The reality of both has thus been perceived by the seer of truth. See the one more time the translation. The unreal can never come into being. The real never ceases to be. The conclusion about these two is seen by the seer of truth. In this verse, Sri Krishna is giving a universal definition, a philosophical, absolutely correct, right definition about the truth and untruth. He says, Na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate satta. The unreal has no existence and the real never ceases to be. As far as our knowledge concerned is, we know only the unreal. We see only the reflections. We don't know the essence. We don't know about the reality. We know only the unreal. Here Sri Krishna says, the one who knows both, like it is, the matter is, if you want to compare something, if you want to compare two things, then you have to have knowledge of both. If you want to compare what is this and what is this the better. So you have to know the both things. Yes? We know only the objects. Whatsoever we know, they are just reflections. Then how can we judge about the truth? Na sato vidyate bhavo. Sri Krishna says, Sat means, what is the definition of Sat? What is the definition of the reality, of the truth? He says, truth is one that is always, everywhere. No condition about time, no condition of the space, no any other condition. Every time, everywhere, truth is. And whoever is, every time, everywhere, whatever it is, Sri Krishna says, it is truth. Na sato vidyate, it was. It was. Was means past. In past, it was. In future, it will remain. In present, it is. But only problem is, it is not able to us. It is not available to us. It is. Na sato vidyate bhavo. And another point is, na bhavo vidyate satah. And the unreal never exists. Unreal never exists. Unreal means the objects, anything which may appear very strongly, which may appear very, very solid, but slowly, gradually, it may disappear. We see the Himalaya, we see the stone, we see the diamond. Diamond looks very, very hard, very solid. It may be very solid, but it is not real. Time will come. This diamond, which is very, very strong, time will come and this disappear. So it means this is not real. So solidity, hardness is not guarantee for the reality. We see there is sun in the sky. Earth is there, water is there, sky is there. And these all are before my birth, and they will remain after my death. So how can I say these are unreal? How can I say earth is not real? Earth was before my birth. Earth may remain after my death. Sun was before my birth. Sun may remain after my death. There are so many things. There are suns, there are moons, there are galaxies, oxygen, water, 5 elements. They were and they will remain. So how can I say they are truth? They are untruth? Sri Krishna says no. Just examine. Do not accept. Examine. It may be truth. The sun may remain after billions of trillions years. But our scriptures are stating continuously the sun is not permanent. The moon is not permanent. Even the space also not permanent. Earth is not permanent. Water is not permanent. 5 elements are not permanent. Slowly, now scientists also stating that way. They are agreed to that sun will be finished after so many years. Earth will be destroyed. There would be no water. So whichever thing is not permanent, it means it is unreal. It may appear. And no matter it takes 1 minute to die, no matter it takes millions or trillions years to die, they both are similar, unreal. The quality of unreality, both places is same. 1 second or trillions of trillions years. Sri Krishna says, this is the very clear definition of asat, unreal. Do not consider time. It will take millions of trillions years to die. It died immediately. So time is not matter. Matter is only reality and unreality. If something is going to die, it means it is not real. So consider everything. Our scriptures are stating that 5 elements, when destruction will come, the earth will merge into water. Water will go to the fire. Fire will merge into air. Air in the sky. And lastly, the sky also will disappear. So sky also not permanent. Sky means the space. Na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate satah. So Sri Krishna giving a definition of truth. He says, just you think. And the reality will remain always. The problem is, we do not have any taste about the reality. We do not know about that reality which is permanent. That is why we don't believe such a factor, such a thing, such a matter which is permanent. We think everything is like other things. Krishna says, Ubhayorapi drishto antaha. This discrimination can be done only by the person who has capability to know every aspect of this matter. Who know the unreal and who knows also real. We all know the real. We all know the unreal. But very few people they know about the real. Ubhayorapi drishto antaha. The one who knows real and unreal. And interesting thing is, when someone knows about reality, then he can understand this is the unreality. Otherwise, this unreality appears like real. So Krishna says, Tattvadarshibhi. Tattvadarshibhi means the knower of the reality. He can understand. Only that person can understand what is real, what is not real. And the reality He is not giving any name. Just he is giving any definition. And you apply, you find out. He is giving just a definition. This is the definition of the reality, and this is the definition of unreality. Very simple. Universal definition. Definition can be accepted by everyone without caste, without creed, without any prejudices. Now, number 17. Avinashi tu tat vidhi ena sarvamidam tatam vinasamavyasya na kaschit kartum arhasi. He says, Avinashi tu tat vidhi ena sarvamidam tatam vinasam avyasya na kaschit kartum arhasi. See the translation. He says, O Arjun, know that alone to be imperishable, which pervades this universe. For no one has power to destroy this indestructible substance. See the one more time definition, meaning, know that to be indestructible, by which all this is pervaded, none can bring about the destruction of this immutable. In verse number 16, Krishna gave a definition. This is the definition for real, and this is the definition for unreal. And you find out, you try to find out what is real, what is unreal. Now he comes to closure. He says, Avinashi tu tat vidhi. O Arjun, what is Avinashi? You would ask me. You would ask me, oh Krishna, now tell me, I cannot understand what is reality, what is unreality. So please, you tell me what is the reality and where it is. Sri Krishna says, Avinashi tu tat vidhi. Avinashi means the absolute reality. Arjun, see what is absolute reality and where it is. Avinashi tu tat vidhi. That is absolute reality. What? Ena sarvamidam tatam, by which this all is pervaded. So reality does not mean it is somewhere in seven heaven. It does not mean that this reality remains in the temples. It does not mean that reality remains in the Himalaya. It does not mean that reality remains in the Satyug. There is no any condition. Sarvamidam tatam, by which, by that reality, the entire world is pervaded. Everywhere, every time. And everyone can achieve it. This is the fortunate. It is everywhere, every time, and everyone has right to achieve it. Ena sarvamidam tatam, O Arjun, know the reality. The reality is everywhere. It is not limited. See, one thing is reality, another thing is unlimited. Unlimited. Time cannot limit it. The directions or space cannot limit it. It is beyond time. It is beyond space. Sarvamidam tatam. Tatam means pervaded. You are watching a chair. Chair is just a name and shape. If you can see the deeply in chair, you can find that reality. You are watching a tree. This tree is just superficial expression of the reality. You are watching a stone. A stone is just superficial expression of that reality. If you go deeper and more deeper and more deeper, you can find that reality in a stone, that reality in chair, in tree, in birds, animals, human beings, everywhere that reality is expressing itself, but we are not aware. We are in so hurry. We are running without any goal, without any target, continuously, blindly. Just see, go deep and more deeper and more deeper. You can find that reality everywhere. Sri Krishna says, Ena sarvamidam tatam. In Ishavasya Upanishad, Rishi says, Isavasamidam sarvam yat kinchit jagatyam jagat. Whatever you are seeing, you are experiencing, whatsoever, it is covered by the God. Isavasamidam sarvam yat kinchit jagatyam jagat tenat isavasyam. Ish means God. Reality. Everywhere. Without going anywhere. Without delay. Everywhere, anytime, anyone is capable to find out that reality. Krishna says, Ena sarvamidam tatam. Any object is expression of the reality. So do not stuck in that object. Go deeper, more deeper, and more deeper. You will reach that reality. Ena sarvamidam tatam. How? Krishna says, Vinasam abhyasyasya. Now see how. If you are watching a tree, it looks an object. Yes, it is an object. A tree is an object. What is the object? Object is expression of the truth. Objects are the reflection of the subject. It can be destroyed. And destruction means nothing. You are Vedantic student. You know, there is nothing destruction. Nothing is creation. Creation and destructions all are just imagination. If you are watching a tree, you can cut it. You can destroy it. But slowly, slowly, that tree will merge into earth. Destruction means the new process of life. Life is there. Life will take another route. If you cut a tree, We think I cut the tree and tree died. But no, see, the tree will merge into earth and it will take another roots. It will take another shape. And again, tree is there. Shape may be different, but you cannot destroy the life. Sri Krishna says, Vinasham abhyasyasya. You can cut, you can destroy the name and form. Vinasham abhyasyasya. This is the avinashi. It cannot be destroyed. And another word Krishna is using, avyaya. Avyaya. Imperishable. You cannot finish. See, just imagine the structure of time. Millions years before, there was time. Because there was time, that is why there are years, there are seasons, there are day, night, morning, evening, because of the time. And time started because of the self, consciousness. Time had come and goes. But that consciousness is even fresh, always fresh. He is losing nothing. Always the same. Abhayasyasya na kaschit karatum arhati. Sri Krishna says, my definition about the reality is, no one can destroy it. No one can finish it. And it is everywhere, every time, for everyone. This is my definition of the truth. So do not look here and there. Do not run here and there. Just here. Everywhere. You are in the truth. You are in the truth. And you are the truth. Krishna is not saying that. This I'm saying. He is not giving any name. He says, Vinasam abhyasyasya na kaschit karatum arhasi. That is the reality that which cannot be destroyed. Now, next one. Antavanta ime deha nityasyukta sarina anasinva prameyasya tasmat yuddhassu bharata. I repeat one more time. Antavanta ime deha nityasyukta saririna anasinva prameyasya tasmat yuddhassu bharata. Is the translation. Number 18. Sri Krishna says, all these bodies pertaining to the imperishable, indefinable, and eternal soul are spoken of as perishable. Therefore, Arjun fights. See the one more time the translation. These bodies of the embodied self, which is eternal, indestructible, and immeasurable, are said to have an end. Therefore, Arjun fights. Now, Krishna is coming closer and closer. The purpose was fighting. In fight had stopped because of the delusion. So Krishna now comes closer and closer. In verse number 15, he gave 16, he gave definition. And next verse, he was trying to express, to address that reality. In this verse, he came more closer to the Arjun. He says, Antavant ime deha. Then question can be asked, if the supreme reality, absolute reality is everywhere, then who dies? Who dies? Krishna says, Antavanta ime deha nittas yukta saririnaha. Two words in this verse we have to understand. And these are deha and shariri. The first word is deha. Deha means the body. But in Sanskrit, the word deha has very, very good meaning. Deha means the assembly of so many particles. Deha. The developments of the so many unlimited particles is deha. In English, we translate it, deha means body. But see the meaning. Deha means which develops gradually. Gradually. Like human body, we can understand very easily human body. Animals' body also okay. And the birds, insects, we can understand these are the body. But Krishna says it is not only body. Whatever you said, that is object, these all are the bodies. Body. In philosophy, there is a word, we call that Paramanu. Paramanu means the translation is atom. But this is not correct translation. Paramanu means, suppose you take a stone. Someone takes a stone and it cuts into two pieces. Then again he takes another part and cuts again. Another takes another part, cuts again, and cuts again, cuts again, cut. And finally, the person will reach that part which cannot be cut. Whatever instrument you can use, whatever device you can use, but finally, one point will come, it cannot be cut anyhow. We call it Paramanu. You may call it atom, neutron, protein, whatever name you can give. But philosophically, Paramanu means that cannot be cut. When there was no creation, when there was no earth, there was no water, no air. That time, these Paramanus, these atoms, now I use the word atom. These atoms are moving here and there, they are roaming. Earth was not solid, Earth was in shape of the atom. So everywhere Earth was roaming. Its atoms were roaming in the sky, space. And because of the destiny made them collect. The two Paramanus, two atoms joined it. They become one. Creation started. When those two atoms becomes one, creation started. Now you can say that the first Parmanu is the minutest part of the body. Like we have seen in previous time and now also, there was a virus, we call it corona. It was, but we did not see without device, but it was, we accept all. There was a atom, there was a virus. It was not visible, but it was very minute. So that virus also has a body. Deha. And now scientists also say that Parmanu, that virus can think, that virus can damage, that virus can this and that, because that virus also has the body. So atom is the minutest body of the universe. Then come two more atoms, three atoms, and slowly it becomes a mud, lump of mud, stone, and human body. Trees, Himalayas, earth. Earth is nothing different from the atoms. There are only atoms. Earth, air, 5 elements, suns, moons, stars, galaxies. The entire cosmos is a body. Like in my body, there are unlimited, unaccountable viruses. Not in my body, everybody has unlimited, uncountable, nothing, just Parmanu. Only Parmanus are there. When I move, it looks like a Brahmand, a cosmos moves. Because in my body, there are unlimited Parmanus. When I eat, they eat. When I am hungry, they are also become hungry. My activity affects them. So entire universe, cosmos, that is why we call it universe. Universe which works in order, not in disorder. Antavanta ime deha, Sri Krishna says to Arjun, these all bodies, no matter it is body very small, its body cannot be seen, or its body is very, very big. Antavanta, they are going to die. Antavanta ime deha, nityasya yukta saririna. Sri Krishna says, and these are the body. The question will be asked, what is the purpose of the body? Like, you made a palace. Question can be asked, why? What the purpose? For whom? You made a furniture. Why? For whom? Then you will say, this chair is for that, this palace for king. So every object has its meaning. Meaning for others. The bodies are for the consciousness. Dehi saririna. Saririna means the bodies are for only for the consciousness. All bodies are dehi are only for the consciousness. Saririna. And that sariri, that self is anasino aprameyasya. Now Sri Krishna says, now look, Look at the Bhishma. Bhishma is not Dehi. Actually, what mistake we are doing continuously? The mistake is we cannot separate the body and the soul. We mix both. Here should be a separation. This is the body and this is the soul. Body is peripheral, soul is inner parts. But we mixed. We forget the limit of the body. We forget the limit of the consciousness. We just mix. And that is why, because of this identification, we become so confused. Sri Krishna says, "O Arjun, Tasmad Yuddhasya Bharata." This Bhishma is not only the body, he is a consciousness also. That is why your duty is fighting. So fight. Now next one. Ya enam veti hantaram yaschainam manyate hatam ubhau tau na bijanito nayam hanti na hanyate. I repeat one more time. Ya enam veti hantaram yaschainam manyate hatam ubhau tau na bijanito nayam hanti na hanyate. See the translation. They are both ignorant. He who considers the soul to be capable of killing, and who takes it as killed, for verily the soul neither kills nor is killed. See the translation again. He who thinks of this one as the killer, and he who thinks of this one as the killed, both of them do not know. This one does not kill, nor it is killed. Now Sri Krishna comes more closer to the Arjuna. Question was asked by Arjuna. The question is, how I kill Bhishma? Sri Krishna described what is Bhishma. Bhishma is not just a body. And Bhishma is not just a consciousness. Bhishma is the combination. Bhishma is the combination of the subject and object. Bhishma is not pure consciousness. Dronacharya is not pure consciousness. And they are not pure body. They both are the combination of both. So because of that identification, Krishna says, Ya enam veti hantaram yaschainam manyate hatam. And this one and next one, the both mantras has been taken from the Kathopanishad. Do you remember the Kathopanishad? In Kathopanishad, Nachketa was sent to the death by his father. And he went. He went to the death. And he met. See the daring of this small kid. He met death. He says, it's okay. Emraj said, I am giving to this, this, and this, and this. It's okay. I'm not interested. I have no interest. You are giving this, you are giving that. It's okay. My interest is about yourself. You are the deity of the death. So I want to know what is the death? Who is going to die? Yamraj said, O Nachketa, Whatever you want, you can take. I will give you happily, but do not ask about that. This is my secret. Because of that secret, I am the deity of the death. If this secret will open, then I am nowhere. If that secret will open, then I am nowhere. But Nachketa was so strong. He said, no, I want to know. What is your secret? What is your reality? In there, Yamaraj said, there are some words are differently said, but the meaning is very same. Ya enam vetyantaram, yaschainam manyate hatam, ubhau tau na vijanito, nayam hanti na hanyate. He says, Krishna says, Arjuna, there are two facts. One is the body and another is the soul. And body cannot be saved. It is going to die. Whatever effect you make, whatever method you use, body cannot be saved. They are bound to die. Sometimes we say that person died and that person has no actually age. It was just 18. He was just 20. Each day, it is age to die. But see, for dying, age in the age is not required. Birth is required. Birth is there. There are chances to death. Age is not matter. You are 90, you are 10, you are 1 year old here. Body cannot be saved. And the other factor, the reality of consciousness, the consciousness cannot be killed. Ya enam veti hantaram, the one who knows that I am the killer. And another one says, I am being killed. Both are telling lies. Ubhau tau na vijani tau, Sri Krishna says, they both are ignorant. They both are telling lies. Nayam hanti na hanyate, it cannot be killed. Very simple. The body cannot be protected. There is no method. There were so powerful people in previous time. They had divine powers. They had worldly powers. They had bodily powers. But what had happened? There were so great, powerful Daityas, Asuras, demons, like Ravan. What had happened? Because body cannot be protected, it is going to die. And the soul, the consciousness, cannot be killed. Ubhau tauna vijani, nayam hanti na hanyate. It cannot be killed. Arjuna, so Bhishma as a body, you cannot save. And Bhishma as a soul, you cannot kill. Now last one, very beautiful words. You may have heard so many times. Najayate mriyate va kadachin, nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyah, ajo nitya shasvatayam purano, nahanyate hanyamane sarira. I repeat one more time. Najayate mriyate va kadachin, nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyah, ajo nitya shasvatayam purano, nahanyate Annimani Sharire. Its meaning is the self is never born. It never dies. Having come into being once, it never ceases to be. Unborn, eternal, abiding and permeable, it is not slain when the body is slain. See the translation again. The soul is never born, nor it ever dies, nor does it become one being born. For it is unborn, eternal, everlasting, and permeable, even though the body is slain, the soul is not. Very beautiful, very famous this mantra. Sri Krishna finally says, Arjun, najayate. It will not take birth. So don't be deluded that I was born. It is your imagination. You was born. It is your imagination. It is not real. Your birthday is false. You don't have any experience of your birth. Birth means what? It means before your birth, you were not exist. That is mean birth. Before your birth, you were not exist. After your death, you will not remain. Sri Krishna says, na jayate, na mriyate. It never born. It was always. Birth belongs to the body. Death belongs to the body. Gita is a life philosophy. It belongs to your life. And life is not between birth and death. So don't be deluded that life means it begins from the birth and it ends in the death. No, it is not life. Life is not between birth and death. Instead, birth and death are in the life. Life is continuous. A current of the life, a current of the consciousness. Sometimes their life comes, birth comes, another time death comes, but the continuation of the consciousness is always same. Najayate mriyate kadati. Nayam bhutva bhavita. Once you have realized it, if you realize it, if you have known it, bhavita vana bhuya, then it will remain always. Once you have known it, you have known its reality. Once you can think deeper than body, our thinking goes and just stuck in the body. Our thinking process just stuck in the body or mind. It is not going to continue to the soul. Krishna says, once if you realize that, once if you understand that reality, bhavita vana bhuyaha, then it will remain always. And it is aja, without birth. See, you have to have faith in the scriptures. You have to have faith in the Lord Krishna. He says there is no birth. And we are repeatedly saying, I was born. I was born. Krishna says, no, you don't have born. You don't have any birth. But we are very, very strong. With my ignorance, I always say, I was born. My date is so and so. Krishna says, no, this is not your birth. It's the birth of the body. And the death belongs to your body. You are the Aj. You are without born. You are without birth. You are always Nitya. You are unlimited. Beyond the time, you are the Purana. Very beautiful word is Purana. Purana means always, ever fresh. Body becomes slowly, very, very bad conditions. When we were in child, body was so fresh. After some times, body becomes more strong. When we were youth, body was so strong, so powerful. But slowly, gradually, it becomes so weak. Angam galitam palitam mundam Sankaracharya wrote, Dasana bihinam jatam tundam. There is no teeth in the mouth. Eyes are not working. Ears cannot listen. Every sense organs become so weak. But your soul is fresh. Your soul is always fresh, always the same. Purana, nahanyate hannimane sarire. If body is being killed, soul is not being killed. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutra Bhashikritau Vande Bhagavantau Puna Punah Isharo Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyoma Vadavyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayeta. Om